Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my live stream in which I talk about common sense and I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. And if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. These videos are not for the masses of asses. I repeat, most of you people are for the masses of asses. Alright, so the topic for today, as you already know, I'm coming out to play. Being alone and reincarnation is the topic for today. Being alone and about reincarnation is the topic for today. If you don't know about me, I am a Gen X. I'm an Indigo. I'm eccentric. I'm a therapist. I've traveled, live in Ethiopia, traveled abroad. I'm a father. I'm a missionary. I am truly a renaissance. No man can be like no other man. Everybody's different in their own way. You can write down your comments or questions down below. And of course, hey, how you been, Steven Serwin? I see you there before. Okay, Serwin4, how you been? Today's topic will be about being alone and reincarnation. I talk about things that most people don't talk about, but I try my best to keep it real simple and real. I want the majority to get off of here. As I said before, you cannot join my live unless you subscribe. You cannot join my live unless you subscribe. And if you don't know me, now you know, because I just explained who I am. Okay, no two men are alike, peoples. No two men or no two women are alike. No two people are equals. Alright? Even twins are not exactly the same. Alright? Generally speaking, men are more logical. Generally speaking, while women are more emotional. These is basic fundamental facts. Alright? I just teach basic fundamental facts, but it's not common knowledge because most people do not have what? Raison d'etre. They do not have, they also are in denial. They have a cognitive dissonance. Most people have that. So today's topic will be about the focus point of being alone and reincarnation. Being alone and reincarnation. You only get it from an indigo child such as myself. There is a negative energy that most people will see, and they will think, when they see me or feel and listen to me, when I come on your stream, when I come on your live randomly throughout the whole general masses of media on the TikTok, then you are lucky. Okay. Sometimes I'll tell you who I am and sometimes I won't. But a lot of times when you tell people who you are, they always say, no, you're not, because they don't know you. Hello to you all. You can write down your comments or questions down below. I cannot do live chat, because live chat annoys me because there are people who are trolls. There are trolls. They're not there to listen. They're there to talk and play games. I am not here to play games. Alright, so let's get on with the topic for today. I will only be talking for 10 minutes. My videos will be posted on to my YouTube, and I'm trying to get as many people out of here as possible because Steven Serwin, you should understand that most people get me misconstrued because I'm indigo. As I said before, you don't know me. There are people who just don't like that when you say certain things. When I say I'm Jesus, they really don't like that because there are many Jesuses upon this world who have no sins and they have magical attributes. Alright? So please understand, whenever you hear a religion saying, this is off the topic by the way, oh, there's no more prophets anymore. Okay, I'm like, what the hell, man? Who are these people telling you did? I read in a book that there can be no more in this time and era. I said, who are you? Who are they? Who are they? They don't know who I am. They don't know if what I'm saying is factual or true. They're going on hypotheticals. And I'm trying to tell you right now, guys, what I'm speaking is common sense, but most people do not have common sense. I repeat, this is why I cannot do my live. So let's get on with the topic for today. So today's topic, again, I've already posted it again. I'll post it again if I need to. You know where to find me on the YouTube. Okay, I do have a YouTube. Right now my YouTube has got a strike on it in which I can't post because I said my opinion about censorship of real doctors who actually graduated from college about the stupid 19. So that's okay. YouTube still got some evolving to do. TikTok has learned their lesson, but they're going to I know TikTok is going to renege and go back to the way they were, okay? You know, banning people for their opinion, okay? Because you are allowed to make fun of any type of race or any people. This is America. But they have it stipulated that they can pick and choose who they want off of their platform. This is a business platform, guys. You're not going to get rich off of it. So let's talk about the topic for today. So I'm going to pin the comment. The comment today is pinned as being alone and reincarnation. So let's begin with reincarnation. This is a topic that most people do not study or research. This is why I tell people stop being a so-called a Pan-African and start focusing on individualism. Because the color of your skin, you cannot take that into the next life. You will be reborn if you love this life. If your energy is so focused on loving this world to the point of where it's like, you know, you're just eager to live longer, live forever, and all this other nonsense that most people tend to gravitate towards. You will be born as the opposite of what you are, okay, all right? You will be born as the opposite, hypothetically. Now, I'm not speaking any facts here. You got to do research on the reincarnation, guys. See, Jesus talked about it. Even all of the gods from the past talked about reincarnation. You're here for an experience, guys. It is something different from the other side, and the other side could be either chaotic or peaceful. You know, there is a story I read when I was younger. There was a man, his name was Thomas something. He was a deacon or something like that. And he was always like curious about religion. So what happened is that he died, okay, and they went through a tunnel of light. He went through the tunnel of light, and what he saw was a beam that kept flashing in front of his eyes. He saw Jesus, he saw Zeus, he saw Allah, he saw all these moon gods, different deities, because he believed in everything, right? And so he didn't have a particular type of religion he actually focused in on. And he asked the being, why did you keep switching yourself? After he died, he had a near-death experience. Yeah, I should look up near-death experiences as well. NDE. I had one myself. I drank a lot of milk yesterday night. That's why I got a little mucus. When I drink milk, it keeps my body in check, okay? You know, anything with yogurt and stuff like that is really not good for the body, but I like it because of the taste, and there's always some addictive habits that people have. But please understand this. He went to the other side, and he saw this being kept changing his being. Let me see, okay, Legend, okay, you should do voiceovers. Yeah, somebody told me that too. Thank you very much, a Legend 19961, okay? Thank you very much. But I'm trying to tell you now here, he went to the other side. I'm going to tell you a little story. And he saw this being kept changing different gods, different deities. And he asked the deity, why you keep changing your your image? And then the deity said, it's because of what you desired. It's with what you desire. So if you believe in a Jesus, you will see Jesus on the other side. If you believe in Elijah Muhammad, you'll see Elijah Muhammad on the other side. If you see, Allah, you'll see Allah on the other side. So the lesson learned here from that story, just the story, not saying it's a fact, because there are plenty of people who have stories of near-death experiences and reincarnation. You'll be brought back here, back into the mother matrix. All right, you're here in the matrix, guys. You ever heard of this song before, this nursery rhyme? Row, row, row your boats gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, they may have changed it, okay, because I remember there was another nursery rhyme song, and it was like, though I lay myself down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. They changed that. Yeah. Those little nursery rhymes, they have changed those because it's too dark. It starts to open your mind. Like, why did it say, I pray the Lord my soul to keep? Why would he want me to die? Shouldn't I be living forever already? Okay. So the moral of what I'm saying about reincarnation is that if you're a white supremacist or you're a Pan-African in any kind of way, why? You want a bunch of black people to stay together or white people to stay together? When basically when you die, you can't take your skin color with you. You are not a color. When you die, your soul has no color attachment. It has its own ID. Yes. You're either born ignorant, You're born with the ability to question. Two things. Did you want to learn when you come here? Or did you come here just through ignorance? I know for a fact that if I go into any world and I get resetted, I want to make sure I have the ability to question everything. Because if I can't question things, I cannot learn of it. Most people don't ask questions when they're children. I did because I'm indigo. Before the age of 10, you should be asking questions of things that you cannot understand. This little voice that most people don't listen to. Reincarnation is real. That's what they say, and you should look it up. Okay, so if you're black, you're going to be white in your next life. Okay, you're going to understand why they are white, and then you are black. Okay, you're going to understand the certain circumstances that made your life the way it is. It is an experience. It is not something to where you say you belong in this group of people, because we all are individual units of God. We are all individual units of God. Now, the next section of what I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about being alone. It is very important to learn how to be alone, because if you cannot learn how to be alone, most people will take advantage of you and your ignorance. You cannot learn while you're with other people. Your innovative abilities will be gone. Most people get rich because of stealing other people's ideas, okay? It's not good to put all your eggs in one basket. Do not put your eggs in one basket. Don't be on the internet talking about all these things about yourself and all this other stuff. Don't do it. Maybe here and there, but that's it. Don't constantly do it. If I kept telling people I was indigo, I'll probably be killed today. Okay? I'm trying to tell you, most people won't admit this. They won't admit this. Okay? Don't put your eggs, make yourself private as possible. Make yourself private as possible. Do not put yourself out there. Now, my daughter keeps calling me now here, so I gotta, mute this. Okay, here we go. So, the purpose of what I'm saying here is that you must learn how to be alone. If you cannot be alone, you cannot have good relationships. You cannot have good relationships if you cannot learn how to be alone. This is very, very important. You cannot have good relationships. And even after you mastered your ability to be alone, you will have to succumb to studying the other person. I hate that. It's not an emergency or anything. But anyway, excuse me, because my daughter likes to mess with my phone. Sometimes she got access to my thing, so I gotta turn it off. Okay, there we go. So please, I have two daughters, as I said before, time and time again. If she does that again, I'm going to cut her internet. I'm going to cut her hair. It's not an emergency. She just wants my attention. Learn how to be alone, guys. You cannot get in relationships if you cannot know how to be alone. When you master that ability to be alone, right? When you master the ability, then your next step is to study the person that you're even going to even invite in your life. Most people are not capable of being in a relationship, especially women, long term. As I said before, women are emotional and men are logical. And then there's those men who are attached sexually to things, and then they don't know how to be responsible themselves. And there are women who later on become more sexualized because they're too emotional. So most of the time, that either a woman is really emotional and she will eventually be completely attached sexually to something. Men are more logical overall, okay? And then they can choose to be sexual, okay? While women just get emotional indirectly because they don't want the education. Now, as I said before, after you pass that test, you have to then study a person meticulously. This is a very difficult thing because you got to go through the testing. You have to make sure she's going to be stable. And as I said before, I dealt with a virgin in my past, and she was not stable. But I knew that she will be corrupted eventually, including my daughters. It doesn't really matter. People get corrupted all the time. We are all human. All right? It's happened to happen, you know. My daughter's trying to call me while I'm trying to do a live. That's weird, man. I'm having complete peace, and she wants to call me as soon as I'm trying to make a video. Crazy, right? But please learn yourself first, and come to me so you can understand what the steps need to be taken to take the next step to get in a relationship. Because anybody who's getting into relationships are going to corrupt themselves later on down the line. All right, this is coming from an Indigo Gen X perspective. You do not get in relationships. The modern day era is not a time or place to try to start relationships. My relationships start internationally. I do not start relationships with women who are corrupted in America mainly. They do not have the capacity, because I always try to seek out the father figure. I know most of you guys don't seek out the father figure, virginity or polygyny. I know you don't, okay? But I'm the one who started the Passport Boys. And I keep trying to tell you guys, don't go over there. There's a lot more to it than just traveling over into another country. I do not recommend you guys going over there. But as I said, we're going to rehearse what we just said. Reincarnation is most likely real because of studies and research. So go out there and start studying reincarnation and those who have been reincarnated. They believe strongly. Can you do any impersonations or voices? I don't know. Let's see, Lechen. Let me see. I don't think. I think I come up with my own, okay? I like Harry Potter. Hey, Dobby. What's going on, Dobby? I can't do it no more. I used to know how to do Daffy Duck. I used to know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it now. It's been so many years since I've been doing any impersonations. It's me, Mario. I know I do that because everybody keep calling me Mario on the basketball court. That's my first name, by the way. But I don't know how to do Mike Tyson. Can you do Mike Tyson? Hey, I got a list because I don't know. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say, guys. Okay, if you want to talk about anything about being alone and reincarnation, please write it down below. I've been talking for like 17 minutes ever since my daughter tried to call me too many times. Jay-Z, nope, don't do Jay-Z, okay? I don't watch him that much. I'm not a TV fanatic. Right now I'm watching Breaking Bad on the Netflix. I gotta finish that. I'm binging that. And right now I'm playing War Groove, okay? Which is a strategic advanced war type style game. I'm playing that on the Xbox One X, okay? But other than that, that's all I really gotta say, guys. I gotta get out of here. I love you all, but despise the many of you. I despise the many of you, okay? Most of you are therapists. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Learn how to listen and start breaking things down. And as I said before, I made a previous video on my live about people who are the sugar boys. Okay, you got to watch those type of people who wallow in sorrow. They wallow in. They do not want any solutions, and they do not like being asked questions. If you start asking them questions, they'll be thinking about, what are you getting so deep for and the questions for? I'm just trying to break down your logic with statistics and facts to back up. Right? They don't want to hear that. Energy, female type energy is more likely not to care about questioning. They don't like it. Okay? And they don't want any solutions. People who don't want solutions and don't like you asking questions do not want a therapist. They cannot be helped. Sorry. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on. What's the sacrifice you have to make? Your ears. Because you can't speak. You can only listen. They'll talk and wallow in their problems for a long time and there'll be no solution. Once you start mentioning any questions to break down or try to be inquisitive to understand their path of thinking, okay, because no one's a slave anymore. Everybody's free. Even if you're in jail, you're free. It's the state of mind of being free, okay? Now, you'll hear people say, we are not free. We're still incarnate. No, that's not true at all. You can sit still and be free. A free thinker. It's a choice. You can turn yourself off, or you can turn yourself on. You know why you're here. All of you are here to learn a lesson, to experience what life is about. No person belongs to any group or faction of people. But as a matter of fact, let me take that back. There are two types of people in the world. People who like to learn and people who don't want to learn. people who are emotional and people who are not emotional. Okay, so there is boxes you can put people in, sure. But every time you come into this life, you might miss a gene or two, so you might not be able to know how to question or be introspective. You might not be able to have the ability to learn about things and calculate things meticulously. You're either born with the gene, because genetics is important, yes, your DNA, or you do have your DNA, okay, all right? Other than that, that's all I really got to say, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. See, I don't even ask for no likes. I do ask for subscribers, though. But I don't really care if I get no subscribers. Because as I said before, I am not here for the general masses of asses. Most people get me misconstrued. When I ask them questions, or if they don't understand me, I start asking them questions. And then if those questions tend to bother them, then there's something wrong with them. I cannot continue talking to them. Okay, they don't want any solutions. They don't want to learn about my life. They don't want to learn about the pathology of your life. Don't waste your time. Don't get in relationships with people when you don't have yourself together. Don't get in relationships with people until you have yourself together. And even if you get yourself together and you're seeking a relationship, it takes an education just to get in that next relationship, because you got to learn about that person. Reincarnation is most likely going to be real if you just do some research on it. Everybody will be reincarnated. Maybe, maybe not. But think about it like this. Always have an open mind. Peace.